Hey friends, it's Sarah Shire Arnett, your Northern Kentucky real estate professor here. And today I'm putting on my professor cap and we're diving into a side of Northern Kentucky history that you might not have learned in school. Specifically, what role did our region play during the Civil War, especially during the fall months? Spoiler alert, Northern Kentucky was a lot more involved than most people think. We weren't just watching from the sidelines, we were on the front lines defending Cincinnati and the entire Ohio River Valley. Let's take a little historical tour of Northern Kentucky in the fall of 1862. No textbooks required. So picture this. It's September 1862. The country is divided and Confederate troops are moving north right towards Cincinnati. But there's just one problem. To get there, they have to pass right through us, Northern Kentucky. So Union forces sprang into action and built a massive ring of fortifications along the Kentucky hillside, stretching all the way from Ludlow to Fort Thomas. Yes, really, the hills we drive over every day once held cannons, rifle pits, and watch posts to keep out the Confederate soldiers. These were known as the Defense of Cincinnati Earthworks, and they were serious business. One of the most important spots was right here in Covington in what is now Devou Park. Here, soldiers built battery Bates and battery Coombs perched on the ridge lines with a perfect view of the river and any advancing troops. To this day, if you hike the trails in Devou Park, you can still see traces of the trenches and powder magazines tucked right back in the woods. Now, over in Fort Wright, you'll find Battery Hooper, named after a local banker who donated money for artillery. It was part of this defensive ring and from its hilltop that soldiers would signal between batteries and fire down on any attackers. Today, the site in Fort Wright is home to a park and a museum that honor our Civil War history. And fun fact, the area was so well defended that a Confederate force under the direction of General Henry Heth took one look and hightailed it home and turned back. So technically, no full-scale battle ever actually happened here, but these earthworks stopped an invasion before it ever started. And that is pretty incredible. Did you know there was a Civil War skirmish near Florence, Kentucky on September 17th, 1862? Well, there was. Union and Confederate soldiers clashed just outside the city limits. It wasn't a major battle, but it did leave several dead. And it's just a reminder that even quiet places saw the turmoil of war up close. Another cool spot is Shaler Battery near today's Evergreen Cemetery in Southgate. It was built on a hilltop donated by Dr. Nathaniel Shaler. You can still find remnants of trenches and old stonework in the area. Imagine laying in those rifle pits during a chilly October night, just waiting. So while battles raged in the South, here in Northern Kentucky, we were busy digging, building, and defending the border, especially in the fall of 1862. And that's something worth remembering. Next time you're at Devou Park, Tower Park, or Fort Wright, just take a minute. Picture the cannons, the tents, the smoke, and the soldiers who defended our freedoms, the very real threat that people were preparing to face. If you loved learning this little slice of Northern Kentucky history, hit that like button and subscribe and comment below. If you've ever visited one of these Civil War sites in our area, I'd love to hear about it. I love touring historical sites right here in our neighborhood and across this wonderful country. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time from one history nerd to another.